DNF challenge in 2020.
Lower. So, good choice for the first one. Not just for the music, so ebooks challenge, a reading challenge, and presents were not Christmas presents this year. It's a beautiful edition. Check here. That's okay, we can do it like this. Hello all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sara. This week's video I'm doing a reading challenge. So I'm organizing my own reading challenge for my reads for this year. It's been fun to go through all my things, all my books, and try to find those that I would like to read. Also, it's been challenging because this year I have made up my mind about something and I will do my best to achieve it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a nice time. I hope you find this reading challenge interesting. Maybe you will find it useful for your book pickings for this year. So enjoy. So I found the first one. I have told you about it. So I was planning my readings for this year, and I usually don't like to plan too much, to define things in a way that I'm completely bound to them. It's a problem, I know. This year I'm planning to do things a bit differently. Throughout the years I have been doing my reading goals using Goodreads, so I have been using it for 12 years. This year is the 12th year that I use it. Make my reading goal more public, and also because I think it's a good tool to keep our things, our reading things in order. Not just what we read, but what we want to read and things like that. So I was trying to plan my readings for next year, and I got myself into kind of a situation here, because usually I'm not very big in finishing stuff, not all stuff. This year I have decided to do a challenge, a reading challenge, and I have the tendency to start reading books and then I don't finish them. I just put them aside and leave them be, usually out of place. They don't go back to the bookshelf. Usually they are grouped up front, like these ones, so they are not put on the shelves, even though maybe I will be finding some not finished books in the shelves, but I don't think so. I think I have already taken them all out. So the reading challenge for this year is keep reading it or DNF it for good. So I will be choosing one to two books, depends on how things go, for each month, and I will be finish reading them no matter what, or I will be DNFing it permanently, because it doesn't make sense to keep starting all these books that I don't finish. Not the point, and I don't like it. When I buy a book or when I'm reading something about the book and I get excited about it, usually I start it immediately. I get my hands on it and then I start reading a few pages and then I just forget all about it and put it away for indeterminate time. And that's not a good practice. It has made me realize a few things about myself, not just about my readings, but I do have a bit that I need to work on myself on this regard, because it's not that I'm delaying things or that I do not want to read them or that I do not want to do them or whatever, because sometimes it happens with my writing also. But it's like if I have another motive for not pursuing something, I will not do it. I will just forget about it and put it in a drawer, and that's okay. And this year, it's not my first reading challenge, not just in quantity of books, but in quality. A few years ago, I entered a challenge which was a reading romances challenge. So it was each month we had a few prompts, and we would choose books accordingly. But it was mostly romance. So romance, it's the type of reading I enjoy in a more personal level. So it's kind of easier for me to devour books if they have certain formats and some certain themes. So that wasn't a difficult challenge for me to be part of. But I have done other challenges, mainly reading one specific book or one specific author. My last challenge was not a very successful one because I was part of a reading book club, but I managed to not read the second book for the second month of my being in it, so I kind of let it go. And now this year I find myself not quite involved in the books chosen. I'm kind of on a different path, so those books would be great to read, but not this year. But I have started this one from Marta Beck, and I haven't finished it yet. So, Conversations with Confucius. I think I did started this. At least it has a mark here. I don't remember. I think I didn't like it that much, but it's going to the Bible. About emotional intelligence. I bought this in a time where I really was needing to understand how to deal with difficult people. But I haven't read it, so I still have the problem. I'm not rereading. I'm not choosing books to reread, okay? I'm choosing books that I have already started reading and finished. It's a tough read, this one. It's a difficult read. Okay, and this has to go in there also, because my Kindle also has a few not finished books. This year I have designed my own reading challenge. just because I need a bit of a push in finishing a few of the books that I have currently on my currently reading shelf, and it doesn't make any sense to have, I think it's 70 books on my currently reading shelf. Nobody is going to read 70 books at the same time. It's not humanly possible. It's not for me, at least. So I have designed a thing. This is my reading pot thingy, and I will read it because you have to turn it to read everything. It's the Read It or DNF It reading challenge. So what I plan to do is to pick a few books each month, and from those books that I have already started reading but didn't finish, most of them I don't quite know in which page I was on, so I would not be picking those up from that stage of the book, because I don't, frankly, most of them I don't remember the beginning, so I will read it again from page 1. Or if I start reading and if I see that I can't do that book now, I will DNF it permanently, or at least I will DNF it until I have another state of mind in another year, not this one, so it will be out of the pool for books to read for this year. Meanwhile, January, I have a few that I want to finish and that I really am currently reading, so I will not DNF those, and those I put them aside. I have already drawn the little papers with it. I don't think you will be able to read this, but it has, mainly it's the book title, the author, and where I have the book, because it might be a physical book like this one. It's a paperback, so I have it on my shelf. Not quite on my shelf because it is here. I have been reading it. The other ones will be read on the platform that I have them on. If it's in the application of books in the computer, or if it's Kindle, or I think it's just the three that I have. It's Kindle, books, and paper, the volumes themselves. So first one, it's not a secret, it's Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I have been reading it. I have been making good progress. The second one will be the one I never remember the title in English, because it has been being in and out of these videos for a few weeks now. It's From Spiritual in Art by Wassily Kandinsky. It's a paperback also, so this paper is out of the thingy, of my thingy. And then, and I have a third book that is already that I am already listening to, which is it's Atlas 6 from Olivia Blake. I have mixed feelings about that one, but I will be listening until the end, and maybe later I will do a bit of a review on that. I don't know, let's see. Oh, I have my Moby Dick. This has been my Moby Dick. I have planned to read this book for years. I have started it. I have seen a movie and started it again. I saw the movie, I loved it, and it was not about Moby Dick, it was about writing Moby Dick stories. I have started it for a few times, and last year I thought, if I can read this, if I am in a book club, maybe I can read this. It didn't happen. It started in a way that I was not expecting, and it got me kind of thrown off of it. But it's going to the pile. The pile is getting very big. Save the Cat Writes a Novel by Jessica Brody. So I have started this one, and of course I got so into taking notes and outlining and stuff, and then I don't finish it because I know I need to have more time for this and be a bit more clear-headed. Oh, it smells. So, contrary to almost everybody else that likes books, they usually like the smell of books. I don't like the smell of books. It's pretty, when they're new, they practically they don't have smell. If they smell something, it's glue. And when they're old, they smell like old, like humidity and mold. Now, I want to pick at least 2 more books for this month. I am dragging my feet a bit on this beginning of the year on my readings. I have been working on my writings, not just for my blog writings, but my book also, and I'm kind of I have lost a bit of the reading pace that I'm used to, but I have other things, so I will be picking 2 more books. I have a few options here. These are all of my currently reading books. I have made a big effort trying to locate every single one of them in all of the platforms that I use, and I managed to find, I think I found them all, if not all, most of them, because there were a few I just didn't know if I had forgotten to mark the page where I was in, or if I did finish those. And there are a few that are rereads. There aren't first time reading those, but they are in my currently reading shelf, so I want to finish them also. And more, I have more to say about this, which is, there are series here also. It's not just standalone books. There are multiple genres. There are not just fiction but non-fiction, not just fantasy but romance, but science fiction, literary fiction. I have some big books here that I started, like Infinite Jest and the Brothers Karamazov, which I will be having a fit if I draw one of these for this month. For the other months I might consider adjusting, but for this month we are almost at the middle of the month, and I do have other things that I'm working on, so I can't put it all away and just go read a 1,000 pages book, because I'm very slow reading, so no. So, and I have a few series from those and a few books from those that I usually read in a very fast pace. Why am I doing this? This will not get better shuffled. I don't know. So, first one, oh, okay. Okay. First one, besides those that are already picked by themselves, it's Silence, the Hush Hush series from Becca Fitzpatrick. So I don't remember if I finished this book. I do remember the first book. I'm not quite sure about the second one, and most definitely I don't remember reading the third one, and it was marked as having started to read it. So there it is. First one, it's not tricky, it's simple enough. It's a good book for the rest of the month, and I will pick just one more, just because I think I have to read 5 books for a month so I can achieve my reading quote. Oh, this one is fun also. It's Business for Authors by Joanna Penn. I have this on Kindle. Oh, I made this too small. You can't read it. You will have to take my word for it. So I have started it. I don't think I have finished it, or maybe I have finished it and it is the second, and it's a reread for me. I don't quite know. I will check it out later. So here I have my 5. So Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, From Spiritual in Art, Silence in the Hush Hush series, and Business for Authors. Also in audio, I am listening to Atlas 6, so this will make the 5 books for this month, for January, and I think it's a good lot. I am pleased. It's not too hard to achieve, I think. I don't know, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Because I'm kind of used to letting things in the middle. But I have the incentive now. I have 2 incentives. First, it's if I don't manage to read any of those, I would DNF it for good. So I will be putting that copy away and not think about it, and take it out of my Goodreads shelf, wherever I have put them in, if it's currently reading or if it's reread or whatever. I will take that mark out. And the second incentive is I am planning to do a bit of a reward process for each book finished. I have thought on a few things. I haven't quite settled with one because it's a bit, I don't know, I thought about doing something nice for myself, something that I would like, or to see, or to go, or to read, or to buy. So for each book I finish, I will choose a special thing that I would do for myself. And in one of these hypotheses that I have, these are mostly song lyrics, and it's translated, so it's English and Portuguese. And I was reading this and while listening to some of the musics. I was enjoying doing this that way, so it takes me a lot of time because I'm I have to stop and go put on the music, and then I read it, and then it's kind of an exercise for me. But okay, I have to finish reading this. The pile is getting unstable. I have ebooks to sort out, to see which ones I have started and not finished, and I have Kindle books to see also. Not the best position for this, but this is how many books I haven't finished reading. I have been working on a file with all of my books, all of my physical copies and my ebook copies. The problem is I haven't started for long, so I am going to start by taking one off this pile and see if I have already.
He already has the DNF challenge in 2023.
I'll be doing the same for the rest of the books I have here. So first I will see if I have already put it in the file. If not, DNF challenge. I open a copy, and that's it. Next. So I'm putting it now. So Moby Dick, DNF challenge. So José Saramagos, The Trip of the Elephant, something like that. I hope you liked it. I hope it is something that says something to you also. Having all this ongoing reads, it's quite tiresome because I'm always feeling at fault. I don't know if you feel the same while you are reading and don't have the guts to DNF something, but clearly you don't get back to it to read it, so it doesn't make any sense to keep avoiding the unavoidable. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments if this makes any sense to you, if you have books that you haven't quite managed to accept, that you will never pick them up again, or if you are going to give any of those a second chance. I would like to know about it and to read about it in the comments if you want to share with us. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you are well. I hope everything's okay over there, and see you next week. Bye bye.